I'm here with another subscriber voted bag review, and this is the PARISA WANG Gabrielle East-West bag. PARISA WANG is an often gifted influencer favorite, but is it worth the hype? Let's find out. And hi, if you're new here, my name is Elaine, and on my channel I like to talk about bags from mid-range to vintage luxury. And like I said, this is a Gabrielle East-West bag from PARISA WANG, and this was voted on by you guys. I actually put this in the poll twice, so I only have 2 polls right now, but in the first poll, you guys voted for Atelier Auguste, which I did do the review. Thanks to Sam, I was able to borrow her bag. That was almost like a press sample. I talk about it in another video, but like I wish bag brands would do press samples like watch brands do. But anyways, and then I did also do a Ralph Lauren polo review. Also, thanks to Sam, that was her bag that I reviewed. So this is the PARISA WANG bag. I did order it, but as you can see, the things are still on it. These, things, because I'm pretty sure I'm going to return it. But first off, let's touch upon the history of PARISA WANG. If you're not familiar, it is a New York-based company. They make their bags in China with leathers sourced from all over. So this particular one is supposed to be from Spain, but they also have, US hides and I think European hides, or, from different tanneries and such. And supposedly the manufacturer in China is the same one that Prada uses. So that's good. But the TLDR version of this review is that when I unboxed this bag, which I did not do on camera, I don't know if it's worth it unboxing mid-range bags, I smelled a chemical smell. So it is the same smell that I smelled for the Horse Clementine bag. I got the mini one, but that one was, I would say, 100 times worse. That one I had to air out in my spare room for months, weeks, months, like a very, very long time. And then even through it all, when I got up close, I can smell it. This one, I smelled it out of the box. I smelled it on the first day, so I couldn't keep it in my office, bedroom area. And so I did move it into the spare room. But it's been about 3 or 4 days, and I don't smell it. It's not like off-gassing anymore. I only smell it when I'm super close. So if you're sensitive to smells, I don't know if this particular leather is for you. I wouldn't say they all smell, because just like the horse for that Clementine bag, not all their bags smell. And even within the same color range, not all of them smelled. So it was really odd. It was just like, I don't know, some bad batch of leather or something. But I definitely got unlucky with this one. I won't say they all smell. I would just say this one that I got recently does smell. I purposely chose the grain leather because I'm a huge grain leather fan. If I were to keep a bag, it would most likely be in grain leather. They also come in suede and very smooth, like almost like box leather, very glossy leather. Not a fan of suede, especially for shoulder bags. For me, I feel like it would start wearing here, it would start balding. And then I don't really like smooth leather because I do feel like it scratches more. Plus, I'm not really a fan of like that sleek, structured look. So I went with the grained. Of the grained, I think there's 2 colors, and I went with black because I already have a brown in this style. If you've seen my Battle of the Boston bags, and some of them are there, I really like this style. I have a lot of these long-handled East-West bags. I won't do a ton of unwrapping because I already know, because of the smell and because I already have so many, that I am going to return it. I think if it didn't have the smell, I would be very tempted to keep it because it is actually very nicely constructed. I have to say the feel of the leather is very nice. I actually even like, it has these striations, it does remind me of Hermes Togo. I actually really like the stretch marks. I think it gives the hide character, but not everybody likes that. When you use bags that have these stretch marks, it's sort of the less premium areas. You would never see the row have stretch marks on their bags. But I like it. It's unique. It makes it yours. The leather, I think, is, other than the smell, I think the leather's a nice choice. It feels really nice, feels very soft, feels pretty supple. When I smell my hands, I don't really smell the chemical smell, so I think that's a good sign. It probably would go away with time. Second of all, I do like the leather edging, so I'm a little bit of a critic when it comes to leather edging. Not that I've done it myself, but I know it is hard to do. And if it's not neat, I do get annoyed, but I do see that this is quite neat, very good for a mid-range bag. The bag itself comes with a lock on this side. I'll just take it off for now. I will put it all back later. Okay, well, I'm not going to take off the lock one because that doesn't come off. But I did notice that this side is magnetic, so if you wanted to open up the zippers all the way, but then tuck it back down, I think that's a nice touch. When you open it up, inside, oof. Okay. The smell is definitely inside the bag as well, but you know, it's just the black canvas lining. Okay, so side note here, because of the smell, and it smelled just like the horse one, I was like, what do they have in common? Like, what is this smell coming from? It is like a chemical plastic. I mean, on Reddit, some people call it like fuel, jet fuel, like, I mean, that's extreme, but definitely not natural, definitely not leather. And I was trying to figure out where the smell's coming from. Is it like the leather? Do they use the same leathers, use the same tanneries? And no, it doesn't seem like it, but they're both made in southern China. So, I don't know. Yeah, overall, I feel like, yeah, there's something. I don't know what it is. Anyways, God, I hope I don't get like lung cancer from that. Oh, that was like a big old whiff. Anyways, inside, there is one flat pocket, and that's it. I mean, it's a pretty generous pocket. I do think the black is nice that you won't see any stains, but it does make it sort of a black hole where you really can't see a whole lot. And then what I really liked about this bag, which kind of sold it to me online, was that there's magnetic pockets here. So if you wanted to, say, slip a planner. By the way, side note again, I just got this cute little Louis Vuitton planner from Brandier, secondhand, vintage, and I did a little unboxing and cleaning short, and I'm actually really in love with it. Anyways, if I were to put that in here, of course it won't, it's too thick for the magnet to close, but it's like a great little slot for things, you know, if you needed to throw your phone in. Let's try that. Yeah, perfect for a phone. So I do like that. There's, you know, a slot for the phone. I just noticed as I'm holding it and you want to open it, it's actually, because this part is attached to the pocket itself, when you try to open it, if you're squeezing it tight, it's actually it's a little bit harder to open versus if the straps were inside the pocket, I guess. I mean, that could make it weird. And then the pocket itself opened, then, you know, you could still be holding it, carrying it, and opening it. But I think if you were, you know, if I'm like, putting it on my shoulder and then I want to open it, it's a little bit of that new Chanel sort of conundrum. It's like the flap is blocked by the straps. In this case, sort of the pocket was kind of blocked by the straps, but whatever, not a big deal, not a big deal. I do like that it comes with feet, very nice, and the strap connector. So that's nice. I appreciate that. Having done the Battle of the Boston Bags review, I kind of know what I like on my bags, and having the strap connector to me actually helps. Also, having two zippers is great. I think that's important. And then also, I think this little magnetic part is actually really cute. I will say, to me, the hardware reads a little cheap. It's a little brassy, kind of too gold toned for me. And I think, personally, I also don't like that there's no D-rings here. So I won't take this off, but if you see how I open this bag, I kind of have to flap out the handles. And eventually, if this is like a daily carry, I do foresee there being sort of a crease or a bent part on the straps here. So this is my Machino Boston bag in the PM size, and I wear this quite a bit. And I personally prefer that there's these D-rings here so that there's a way for the flaps or the straps to kind of come down without it having to, like, you know, being pushed out of the way. The only other bag that's in my collection that has this feature is the Marge Sherwood one. So the Marge Sherwood, again, there's no D-rings here. So you do kind of have to like push it out of the way. I think $4.50 for this bag. If you don't have any other bag like this, you want to try this trend, I think it is well made. I do think if you're sensitive to smells though, you're gonna, I mean, You're gonna wanna air it out. But I did also notice they have some branding here, along with the lock branding here, which is I think a nice touch. And then the zipper pulls are leather tabs with a little bit of branding. I think overall, if I didn't have these other East-West bags, or even these like long shoulder bags, I would be tempted, especially if there was no smell, then I would be really tempted to keep it. But for now, And if you want to see more mid-range bag reviews, I kindly ask that you consider subscribing so that you will see these polls in my post, and then you can vote for the next review. So thank you. And then the reason why I didn't get a brown is because I have this one from the row. It is the East West India bag, as you can see, very similar, similar in shape. I will say that it's nice that the PARISA WANG one is quite a bit thinner. So I kind of wish the row one was a little bit thinner too. I say that in my Boston bag review. It's a little too thick, and so when you do have it under your arm, it's a little bulky. Right now I have it stuffed, but like if I have less stuff in there, then it squishes down pretty nicely. But overall, if it was this depth, I think the roll would have been a much better bag. And the roll also doesn't have feet, so there's that. I also did see that this should fit a mini iPad, or a mini tablet, so let me grab that. So mini iPad, and let's tuck it in here. So yeah, you could easily tuck it into the slide slot, say if you wanted to put it inside for security. Let's see, will it fit? Yeah, totally, it'll fit. What else would fit in here? Phone. I'll put the phone in the outside pocket, actually, that's a good idea. Planner, wallet, sunglasses, mini mom pouch, and this is my little Zumoni felt organizer of random stuff. So everything fits very well, I should say. So, mini iPad, planner even, which I don't normally carry on a daily basis. Let's zip it up. Ooh, it's having some issues. All right. Oh yeah, there you go. So nice that it does have 2 zippers, works for both left-handed and right-handed people, but also allows it to be zipped even if it's fully stuffed. Ooh, this is super heavy now that I have all this stuff in here. Rolled handles are a little bit on the thin side. They kind of remind me of the Plume, Hermes Plume rolled handles. So, I mean, when you weigh it down like this, it is gonna put quite a bit of pressure here. So, thinner means less padding, so on and so forth. This one is a little bit thicker. So, ooh, when I weigh it down, yeah, very minimally. I don't know if you're gonna be able to see it, but very minimally thinner. If you weigh it down, it is gonna dig in just a little, not a lot. All right, and then now when I open it, just to go over with you, the dimensions are 6.1 inches by 13.4 inches with a 4-inch depth. Yeah, so that makes sense because the row, I think, is like a 6-inch depth. It's kind of a lot. 10-inch strap drop is going to be more than enough for summer clothing as well as winter clothing. I think this should be fine. Here's another thing. They do the Quince thing where like, oh, it's really the value is $1,400, but we're going to sell it to you for $400 something. This is not a $1,400 bag. I'm sorry. Like the Machino one is a $1,400 bag. They retail it for $1,400. I think it's worth it. French tannery leather made in, I think, Italy, right? And Chev leather lining. On the interior, bag smells like leather. Like, yeah, that's a $1,400 bag. So I take issue with that. That's their valuation. I am also of the opinion that a lot of luxury brand bags are also not worth the money. So, take it for what you will. Oh, and then weight. Let's weigh it. So this bag weighs 5.6 ounces. I think that's reasonable. It's a good weight. So anyways, I will be returning this bag. We'll see what that return process is like. Is it me or is this camera crooked? Yikes. And so final thoughts, do I think this bag is worth it? Personally, no, not for me. If I got it for free, sure, yeah. It's a great bag for free. $400 something, yeah, maybe. It really depends. If you like the look of it, I would say functionality's good, design's good. Leather feel is good. It's just the smell. Like for me, very sensitive to smells, very picky about my bag smelling. Like it doesn't even have to smell like leather. I just don't want it to smell like chemicals. You know what I mean? So unfortunately, yeah, gonna return this bag. This is not to say the whole brand is bad, not to say all the bags are gonna smell. This is just my personal experience with this particular bag. But yeah, that's it. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you like this video, I kindly ask that you hit that like button. If you've maybe seen some of my other videos in the past and want to see more bag reviews, I kindly ask that you consider subscribing. Otherwise, I will see you in the next one. Bye!